by the owner of this former chapel to do an intervention in that street, because he owns several buildings. He owns this, what used to be a chapel, private chapel. He owns also a jewelry.
Yeah,
And
now it's not a chapel, it's a contemporary art gallery.
But he also owns a wine bar. So, but it's a street, a hallway where nobody passes, because not a lot of people. So it's very quiet, very. So he wanted to get people to know that this space will open as an art gallery now, because it had been closed for several years, and it had a different function. So this is the place. We could intervene in that street in several spots, and then we thought the best way was to do in the facade of the chapel. So this is the final work you are seeing now. I mean, the first function of this space was a private chapel, and that really interested us. We thought it would be interesting if we could make this connection, and also because some people we were talking to when we went to visit this place to see what would be the best way to put information or to get this place noticed. We found a woman that was very upset about the fact that it was a chapel and now it was going to be an art gallery. And that made us more into the decision that going through this idea would be a good way. And so we thought this connection with the language, the expressions we use, referring to God in Portugal a lot. We even if we don't believe, you use a lot and you don't notice them, you use it mixed in language. We thought it could be interesting to make a collection of them and put them on the facade of the building. Also the contrast between something that you speak and you don't think of it, and then you put it in like it's in something very permanent. So you have several pieces, and the impact it had on people that were passing by, it was really great. We got to a range of people that were more open than the target that the client said would be for us to achieve. I mean, everybody that would pass through this place would look at least to try to find what was there. And we also wanted to, I think the idea of attracting other people that usually wouldn't pay attention, or I think the fact also that you use current expression and also the form, that's something that it's not as usual in terms of scale and texture, brought the attention of people, all kinds of people, and that was really, really good. Also the fact that it was almost like a secret. You would go to this street, which is a street where almost nobody goes to, and then you discover this facade, and mouth to mouth it got well known, and we got a lot of coverage of this project through magazines and blogs, and a lot of people wrote about this, even not outside the design field, which was really great. We wanted the letters to come out of the wall and not so you didn't feel like they were glued to it, but they would come out like in paper. Also keeping the same texture from the background. There are several expressions that are amusing, like this one, that the devil is not so bad. God is good, but the devil is not so bad. Or one talking about the neighbor. So God help us from having bad neighbors on our door. In fact, they had a bad neighbor on their door, so we put the expression close to it, but he didn't notice, so it was okay. Another speaking about the window, and we put it close to the window. When God closes a door, he opens the window?
Yeah, so.
Okay, we have bad memory. So it was really one of the projects that was very rewarding to us, getting this feedback from the public. And so we'll talk a little bit now that you saw the result about the process of building it. It was really a challenge, and because we did this. It happens a lot to us that I don't know, we have a lot of difficult projects in September. It means we go on vacations with the projects on our minds, and this was the case. So they told us that we had to finish and deliver the final thing 1st September. So of course August was terrible. We were on holidays, but always doing a little bit of work on this project. But we delivered it on time, like 1st September, they got the file. Well, the problem was, we thought, we had this conference in Chicago, in AGI. It was our first time, and we wanted to go to be okay. So it was in Lisbon, and we thought, well, this time we're gonna hire designers from Lisbon to take care of the project, to hire the guys that are going to construct this, because we know people from Porto, but we don't know people from Lisbon, and maybe it's less expensive if we hire people from that place. So we asked them to take care and find a guy a supplier that could do this, and they were doing design for exhibitions, and they were not graphic designers, but they were interior designers, so they had all these contacts of suppliers. And they said, yeah, but at some point we have to see the dates, we might have to go abroad. Okay. But it was okay, they find the supplier, and we trust them, and we trust the supplier, and we were happy thinking of our projects in Porto. And then the week we start getting nervous because they won't show anything, nothing was happening. But they said, it's okay, these guys are very good, they know what they're doing. They really are, they did a lot of big things.
Yeah, they are huge. They are a huge firm that usually do the
Rock in Rio or this kind of
big
things.
Events. They are really busy doing big electric guitars for big events. So,
but they are used for them. This is really easy. Okay, so the opening was on Thursday. Yeah, it was on a Thursday. And Monday, Artur said, best if I go to Lisbon. Yeah, you should go there and you see what's going on. So Thursday is the opening. Monday, we saw this. And the guy was very proud. He said, do you like the color? And Artur said, yes, but I want to see the letters. And the guy said, yeah, don't worry, but do you like the color? Yes, the white is good. So then Artur slept from Monday to Tuesday.
Yeah.
And nothing happened. Nothing. And then he came back on Wednesday to Porto, right?
Right.
And we were really nervous because the other day at 7 o'clock it was the opening. So we phoned everybody, the girl, the guys that were not, the guys that we hired to hire the others that were abroad, and they said they left the assistant that was had an internship, and it was her first time, poor girl, and she was there, she couldn't do anything. And it was in the morning, we were very stressed, we put stuff into the car and then went to Lisbon. Phoning to the girl in Lisbon, that was the contact of this supplier, and she said, don't worry, we have at this moment like 8 people working on the site, everything is ready, everything will be ready at the opening. But I don't know, we didn't believe her.
Yeah,
so,
can you send me the pictures or something?
So I can see if it's true. So we were driving to Lisbon, and we arrived to the city before anybody else. She was lying completely, there was nobody there. So everything was like nobody. We phoned her, we said, we are here, and I said, Artur, you will stay here, I will go to their factory where they are cutting the letters, and we'll press them, and we'll try to resolve the situation. During going to Lisbon, we were even thinking of another project, but it's impossible. This is outside, so you cannot do anything with paper or laugh with the situation. I mean, we invited a lot of people. There was it was an event that was supposed to start at 7 and nothing. So the thing is, at the end of the afternoon, they arrived with some letters. as you can see, they are green. Because we use hydrofugue MDF, of course, but we were expecting to see it white paint already, at least a little bit. But it arrived in green and just some letters. And they put some letters, so we were, and they say, go to the hotel, let us work. No, we'll stay here now and see you work. And they put some letters, so like this, green. And we were really stressed, and like this. So at some point I said, now we are going to dinner. What? Yeah, we are going to dinner. So they went, but don't worry, we will work all night. You just go to the hotel and we will stay here and work. At night it's best. So we said, no, don't, we will be here, we'll be here. And they got dinner and they said, we said, what time are you here? Okay, you are here in 2 hours, we'll be there. And nobody, of course. At 11, nobody. At midnight, nobody. And we phoned them and we said, we are here, waiting for you. And they said, go to the hotel. We are not going to come here now. And they say, in the morning, very early, we'll be here. It was the day of the opening. Of course, we didn't sleep. So you see how things were coming to put them in the walls. You see Artur not happy. So we were like, it was in the morning, like at 6 o'clock they said they would be there. Artur was there. Nobody, of course. 7, I think, nobody. They arrived at what time? Do you remember? More or less 7 something. Well, and they arrived at some point in the morning, and they start painting. They start putting the letters and start painting. And I also paint, of course, we also did. We just get on the stuff and we start painting. And the thing is that they were painting with huge brushes, and the letters, some were very thin. So, I mean, at some point I just went to buy some brushes to give them, because it was really, it was not working. So you can see here there is a camera that shows, you can see I'm telling the truth, because it's a vigilance camera that the church has. So you have the church ex-chapel, that's the art gallery.
Was at 7, so it's 3
now you see it's 3:30. We are painting letters. Okay, I'm going to pass a little bit more fast. Now it's 5:12. Taking out the stuff, 20, putting, okay, people coming already, 7:30, okay.
We have ink in our...
Yeah, we were full of ink, it was really, we were really stressed, we didn't sleep, it was really awful. So that was really an experience, and 1 year after, we did another intervention, because this is our ephemeral interventions, because it's a building that's protected by Portuguese government, because it's an old building, and so everything has to be ephemeral. We did another intervention. The other last 6 months. It was supposed to last 1 month, but the client liked it, so we made it stay 6 months. So we did another that it's come like a second of a series, and it's called 2 Times. So we use titles from newspapers that were referring to the concept of time, because this was also an event that was opening in the Experimental Biennale, and the time was one of the subjects of the Biennale. So we use photoluminescent ink, which means it was also a challenge to know how it would work. So we use again the same technique, MDF, and then we said, now we are going to work with a guy from the north that we know. At least we have some references, and we ask people, and they tell